Hi guys, so this video is going to be a kind of, well, it's basically going to be all about Makeup Geek, the cosmetics brand obviously, and this brand has blown up over the past couple of years. I feel like for a lot of people, Makeup Geek has kind of overtaken MAC in terms of the eyeshadow quality, but it's about half the price of MAC individual eyeshadows, so I thought I would make this video to help some of you guys out if you are thinking of buying a couple of eyeshadows from Makeup Geek, if you're not sure what shades to buy, if you don't know whether it's worth the hype and you want to see some swatches maybe and what my opinions are, because obviously I am someone that has tested out a lot of different eyeshadows, mostly drugstore, so I'm just going to be talking about how these compare and stuff like that. So I have 7 across each of the rows, but then along the bottom I have 6. All of these ones are the kind of normal eyeshadows with the exception of this one and the bottom 6. These are the like foiled eyeshadows. I think what I would do is swatch all of them first and then give you my like opinions at the end. So the first colour, which is the lightest out of all of them, is Shimma, and this, as the name suggests, is a shimmery eyeshadow. So this is how Shimma swatches. I think this would make a gorgeous highlight. It's kind of like a ivory sort of colour with a slight little pink tinge, but I'm not sure how well you can tell, but it does have a slight little bit of pink in there. It's super pigmented, really shimmery and beautiful, but no like chunky glitters or anything. The next shade is called Peach Smoothie, and this is just a really pretty matte like transition colour, which is, as the name suggests, a peach colour. So this one is here, and it doesn't look that great on the hand, but trust me guys, when you put this in your crease, like, it's the perfect transitional crease colour, especially if you're pale like me. The next one is Creme Brulee, and this is a kind of warm toned, whoa, this one is so pigmented. This is a kind of warm toned light brown colour. And again, this one would be really good to put in the crease. So this is what Creme Brulee looks like. The next shade is Chickadee, and this has to be one of my favourites. It's a kind of orangey yellow colour and it's super pigmented again. It's another matte, and this is another really good one for kind of like wearing with like a smoky eye or blending out into your crease, just so that you have that warm colour and it can all like blend in together. I then have Frappe, which is this brown colour here, and it's pretty similar to Creme Brulee, but it's just a kind of darker version, so it's a warm toned brown colour. So this is what Frappe looks like, and obviously you can see that it's definitely darker than a Creme Brulee. I then have a Cocoa Bear, which is an even darker kind of warm toned brown. This has like a tiny hint of red in it, I think, and this is so gorgeous. This is going to be so nice in the autumn winter time. So that is that one here, which is Cocoa Bear. And then the final one on the top line is Mocha, which is an even darker brown. So, and this one is less warm toned. It's more of just kind of like a straight up dark brown. It's not really like warm toned or cool toned. I guess it's slightly more cool toned, but it's just a kind of like standard brown. So this is the top row of the palette. I think my favourite out of all of the top row is probably Chickadee and this shimmery one here, and also this one actually. Oh, I don't know, I just love all of them. I really love this top row. So moving on to the second row, the first one is called Glamorous, and this is a shimmery gold colour. Oh my goodness, look at that pigmentation, my god. We then have Cosmopolitan. Oh my gosh, I just stabbed my nail into it. It's kind of like a pink, but it reflects a little bit gold. We then have Mango Tango. I love the name of this one, and this is a really pretty kind of, I don't know, pinkish orangish colour, and this one is a matte, whereas the other two are shimmers. So that is Mango Tango. And then have Simply Marlena, which is one of my faves. It's just a kind of pink colour, and I've been really into wearing like pink on my eyes recently. This is such a pigmented matte pink colour, and it's got a slight little hint of purple in there. I just think it's such a beautiful colour. So that one there is Simply Marlena. We then have Bitten, which is a very famous shade. It's kind of like a burgundy purple matte colour, and again super pigmented. So that one there is Bitten. Again, this is going to be so pretty in the autumn winter. This one is called Unexpected, and this will be really nice as like a transitional colour if you're doing like a purple smoky eye. So if you guys want me to do like a purple look, then let me know. So that is Unexpected there. I think this would be so nice like blended into the crease, and then like something shimmery on the eyes. I think it would look so pretty. Speaking of purple eyeshadows, we then have a Drama Queen, which is this one here. That is pigmented. So this is the second row. So the third row are more kind of like cool tones and like greens and stuff, and I thought I would branch out a bit and get some like olivey colours because I know that Jaclyn Hill talks about high tea all the time, so I just had to get it. So the first one is Preppy. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it, like an olivey colour, I guess. It's definitely a kind of like orange sort of khaki colour, and I love this colour so much. The next one is High Tea, which is super famous, made famous by Jaclyn Hill. So this is what High Tea looks like. As you can see, it's a very pretty kind of like khaki green colour really, and it's so nice. We then have Prom Night, which I think would look gorgeous with this colour and this colour, and this is a shimmery kind of silvery lilac colour, and the pigmentation of this is just amazing. Hopefully you guys can see the shimmeriness to this. We then have Homecoming, which is a pretty similar shade. It's just slightly less lilac, not really brown, it's more of like a taupe, so you can definitely see the difference between the two. This one is called Pretentious, and this would go really, really well with these two kind of khaki colours here. It's another kind of like khaki goldish sort of colour. So this is Pretentious here, and it does have a shimmer to it. We then have Corrupt, which is literally just a pigmented black colour. That is a very, very, very pigmented black. If you guys are looking for a pigmented black colour, then I highly recommend this one. So that is all of the normal eyeshadow swatches, and I'm now going to move on to the foils. You guys are about to be blown away. I think if you don't get any eyeshadows from Makeup Geek, you should try one of the foiled eyeshadows because they are honestly like nothing I have ever tried in my entire life. So the first one is Charmed. I got it because I wanted it to go with like the khaki shades, and it is a kind of like pale silvery khaki green kind of colour. But these like foiled eyeshadows are just insane. So this is Charmed. I then have this gold one, which is called Magic Act. Like, do you guys see the intensity and pigment of these? Like, I can literally swipe it all the way down my hand because it is so intensely pigmented and creamy. I then have In the Spotlight, which I think is going to be one of my favourites. It's a sort of like peachy shimmery colour, and it is just stunning. So that one is In the Spotlight. I then have Grandstand, which is also one of my favourites. This is a kind of warm-toned, sort of bronzy colour, I guess. So that is Grandstand. The next one is insane. This is Flamethrower. I haven't actually swatched this yet, but I am so excited. It's such a pretty colour. Beautiful. Like, I just cannot get over the quality of these eyeshadows. I was actually blown away. The next foil is Mesmerised, which is a really pretty kind of purple colour, and this again will go really well with those other purpley shades. So that is that one there on the very edge of my hand. And the final colour is another one of Kathleen Light's favourites. It's called Showtime. So that is this one on the bottom here. I think this one isn't quite like as shiny as the others, but it is still incredibly pigmented. So that is everything in my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. You can get them on the Makeup Geek website, and you can get them from Beauty Bay. I will leave all of the links down below to them and stuff. I think on Beauty Bay the individual ones are like £5 each or something, and the foiled ones are like £8, but they are worth it. Like eyeshadows from MAC I think are £11 for just one pan, and these are so much better. So in terms of reviewing all of these products, I had only tried before the Manny MUA palette by Makeup Geek, which I actually won in an Instagram competition. It is actually signed by Manny, and this is pretty much my go-to palette. I've used it quite a lot. You can't really tell, but I have actually used it quite a lot. Like, there's a few dents in some of the colours, and I love this palette. This is pretty much my favourite palette of all time, but obviously it was limited edition. I think it might actually still be on the website, but I'd only tried these 9 colours before, and I was so incredibly impressed with like the formulas of them and stuff that I was so excited to receive, obviously, all of these ones. And I can just tell you now that from somebody that has used drugstore eyeshadows for so many years, like, the difference in the quality between like all of the drugstore eyeshadow palettes that I've tried compared to this is like huge. And I know a lot of people might be annoyed at that I like am in love with this palette, because obviously they're more expensive than drugstore, but to be fair, like they're only like £5 each, which is like half the price of MAC. So yeah, overall I definitely think if you want to invest in eyeshadows, obviously like you don't need this many when you're starting out. I don't even need this many. It's like, it was ridiculous. It was so generous of them, but I reckon like if you do want to get some really decent quality eyeshadows, or like not even decent quality, like great quality eyeshadows that are super pigmented, then I honestly would really recommend these. They blend so well. I'm definitely going to be doing some looks with them, so let me know down below if you guys want me to do any makeup looks with these. And this is one of the little palettes that you can get at the website. Obviously this one is the large Z palette, which you can also buy off their website, but this is the Makeup Geek like mini palette, and this I think can take 9 of the eyeshadows. So if you just want to get 9 and start off with that, then this is a great little palette to have. It's got a mirror and stuff. So this I think will be really, really good for traveling, and it is plastic, unlike the Manny MUA one, which is made of card, and this is getting so beat up. So overall, my thoughts on Makeup Geek is that they are actually an amazing company. I didn't want to love them because obviously I love my drugstore makeup and I love sharing drugstore makeup with you guys, but you just can't beat them. So I hope some of you guys have found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. By the way, if you're wondering where my choker is from and my rings, they're actually all from Claire's. If you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it so much if you would subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!